Okay guys, so in this video we are going to learn about fair value gaps and imbalances. They're the same thing but different names. You could either call it fair value gap or imbalance, it's really up to you. But a shout out to this guy over here. Great presentation or diagram, you could say. Okay, so a gap of liquidity left during the move down in price due to new buying pressure overlapping that part of the move in the previous or next candle. So basically, what is fair value gap? Is the space between the three candles, all right? So this is the one candle, second candle, and third candle. So as you can see from the left side, from this low and the third candle to the right, this high, there's this gap, all right? There's nothing around this level, all right? So this is considered to be imbalance. I will repeat. You can see that price went up and then we had three candles. Okay, so this is like a three candle pattern, you could say. So you can see 1, 2, 3 candles, and in between those three candles there should be a gap. Okay, so how do we determine a gap? We look, if we are looking at a short position, we're gonna look from the start looking from the first candle. So this is the first candle, and we look at the low of the first candle, which is this, and then we look at the high of the third candle, and if there is gap between the low of the first candle and the high of the third candle, then that area could be considered as fair value gap or imbalance. Now, why does this happen? Is when big institutional buyers or sellers are in the market. When there is unfair, or you could say huge amounts of selling or buying going on, market leaves unfair price, okay? And that price should always be filled. It should be filled to keep the value of the market fair, if that makes sense. So that is why we call it a fair value gap, because when price comes into this level, it makes the price fair, if that makes sense. All right, so if we look at the buy example here, we look for the high of the first candle and the low of the third candle. So this is again a three candle formation. Remember that 1, 2, 3. All right, so the first candle, we're looking at a buy example. Okay, so the first candle, the high of the first candle and the low of the third candle, we have to look for these two things. All right, the high of the first candle and the low of the third candle. If there's any space between the first candle and the third candle, then that space should be considered as fair value gap. All right, so let me give you some examples. So as you can see, we got, let me zoom in a bit. You can see 1, 2, 3 candles, right? So we're looking at three candles. Okay, so we got one candle right here, the second candle right here, and the third candle right around here. All right, and in between these three candles, we got fair value gap. All right, so let me put that like this, and let me go to the replay mode so it's clear for you guys. All right, okay, so as you can see, what we discussed, when we're looking for a short position, we are gonna look for the low of the first candle, which is this. As you can see, there is a wick, right? So this is the low of the first candle, and then we look at the high of the third candle, and there you can see there's gap around this level, right? And what we should be expecting is that price is going to fill this level, this imbalance, and go down. All right, so let's see what happens. Price fills the imbalance and then it drops down. Very simple, guys. Okay, and as you can see, price goes up a bit, fills all the imbalance here, and there should be some imbalance on a smaller time frame. All right, So we are looking at this imbalance on a 5-minute time frame, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be imbalance on a short time frame. So let's go to the 1-minute time frame, and as you can see, if we zoom in, you can see there's gap, all right, from here to here. So 1, 2, 3 candles, very nice. And then you can see we got this gap, all right, and price must fill this level. So if we draw this out, you can see how perfectly price filled the imbalance here, made the price fair, and then it went down, all the way down. All right, so let me play this out for you. Yep, so it went all the way down. Let me give you a example for buy position. All right, so we are looking at this. All right, so we got, let me label it so it's easier for you. Okay, so we got the 1 candle around here. Whoops. All right, so this is our first candle. Okay, I should just, so this is first candle, right? This is second, and this is third. When we're looking for buys, we are gonna look at the high, the very high of the first candle and the low of the third candle, and then we wait for the price to fill this level. And as you can see, if we draw this out, price filled this level, filled this imbalance or fair value gap, and it went all the way up. All right, and I'm pretty sure that there was some imbalance around this level here as well. All right, on a 30-second time frame, or I don't know, 15-second time frame. Remember guys, price is fractal. All right, so whatever is happening on the 1 minute, it could be happening on a smaller time frame. So it doesn't really matter what time frame you're looking at, as long as you are following your rules. Okay, so as you can see, price fills the imbalance and the fair value gap, and it just goes all the way up. Now we should not use the fair value gap or imbalance, whatever you want to call it, as an independent strategy. All right, this is something that we're going to use with a lot of other confluences like liquidity, market structure break, okay, market structure shift and all. So keep watching, and I'm pretty sure that you should be pretty clear about imbalances and what they are. I tried my best, my very best, to explain it to you. I really do hope that you understood it. If you did not, I would highly recommend that you watch this video again, because this is one of the most important things of this course. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.